Greetings, Internet. Welcome to But I'm Still a Good Person by Vince Nicholas. I'm Vince Nicholas. I'm joined by my sparkling wifey, Carolyn Nicholas.
Hello.
Hello, honey. Thank you for joining me in our bedroom for our little program here. Okay, so Monday to Friday morning, I wake up between 4:30, 4:45, 5, somewhere in that window. No alarm clock, by the way. And that's when I sip my coffee and think, I'm better than everyone. I'm better than you all. But that's when I do my hair, I go to the bathroom, brush my teeth, take out the trash if I need to, and make us coffee. So sometimes when I brush my teeth, I do the floss, I do the brush, and then I do the mouthwash. And so the mouthwash is the last part of this process. And they always say you should leave it in there for 30 seconds, but I keep gargling and swooshing around in my mouth. But I want to keep doing things. I don't want to stand in front of the mirror for 45 seconds. So I take a swig of mouthwash, and then I might take out the trash. I might put away some dishes.
How long are you swishing this?
A couple minutes. Well, I gotta get all the plaque, all the gingivitis. Haven't you seen those the Listerine commercial? They're bacteria. They're scary. They're a scary cartoon. But when I finally finish or decide I'm done, when the alcoholic mouthwash is no longer effective, and I'm in the kitchen again making coffee, taking out the trash, dishes, etc., I'll just spit my mouthwash out into the kitchen sink.
The kitchen is not for spitting.
Why not?
I don't know how you developed this habit. This drives me absolutely crazy. You spit in your bathroom sink. That is what it's there for. No spitting your mouthwash in the kitchen sink. I've had to really crack down on this with you.
It all goes to the same place. To quote George Costanza, it's all pipes. I'll call a plumber right now.
The kitchen sink is where it's a public room, first of all. Everyone can hear you and see you when you're out there. You don't only do this in the morning. You do this any time of day that you happen to be doing your teeth.
Well, I don't want to waste time standing in front of my bathroom mirror. I got things to do. I got places to be.
You can come out and you can take out the trash and watch a television show.
I just keep swishing it in my mouth.
But then make your way back to the bathroom. It's not that far away. And then spit into your own personal bathroom sink. You have your own sink.
The kitchen sink can be disgusting, yes.
It's disgusting for all of us when you do that.
No, but I mean, just with food leavings and our germs that are on forks and plates and whatnot.
Yeah, but that's different than
the dead chicken carcass if we eat chicken that night.
That's different than spitting your mouth stuff into the sink.
I think it's worse. But you've come out there and you've smelt mint.
Yeah. The kitchen smells of it when you're done.
That's a lovely, welcoming, refreshing scent. So
you're stopping this?
I've
habit?
stopped.
Yeah, you have.
I've stopped. I haven't done it in days.
I appreciate that.
I'm a changed man. Although I disagree on the principle. I'm allowed to have my own opinions, right, honey? But yeah, I stopped doing that. I don't understand why. But listen, if it makes you happy, honey, if you have a problem with it, then my job is to make your life easier. And sometimes even like I'll be in the kitchen still swishing and swooshing around. And I'm like, well, I could just use the sink, the faucet, and spray all my mouthwash, and you would never know. You would be none the wiser. But I still don't, honey.
Oh, thank you.
You're welcome. So this weekend was a banner weekend for Lennox Garcia. So first off, he got a haircut. Can you describe his hair, honey? Because he used to be a short hair king for 12 years of his life, maybe 11. But he's grown it out. It's hecka long. What's up with this?
Starting a couple of years ago, he wanted to grow his hair out, and it was like uncool for the kids his age the boys his age to have short haircuts. So all the boys were kind of growing their hair out and being shaggy. But he just let his keep growing and growing. It's been over a year since he had a haircut, and it got pretty long. It was about as long as mine before this weekend.
Yeah, it was down to his shoulder blades.
Far past his shoulder blades.
Ah,
Well, I guess the bottom of the blade.
yeah. Well, I was think the shoulder. To me, that's the back.
Oh, the shoulder blade. I think the shoulder's like a couple inches below your ears.
Yeah.
That's your shoulders, right?
But then your shoulder blades are like back here.
Like your wing bones.
Yeah. So that's even further.
Yeah.
So I was right
You were right.
in my first statement, right, honey? But he's always been. I don't want to go to Great Clips because Great Clips can be bad.
He had one bad experience at Great Clips where they didn't listen and they went way shorter than he had wanted them to. So he's had PTSD from Great Clips ever since.
Yeah.
And I found a couple of barbers around town that I was thinking about taking him to. But then it occurred to me that he still wanted his hair long.
Yeah.
So I thought the barbers don't really do long hair. Like that's
Right.
predominantly where men go to get short haircuts. So
Yeah.
I don't know if that's the best place. So I convinced him to go and give Great Clips another try.
Yeah, and they're just cutting hair. Like, it's not. He doesn't want a specific hairstyle. I remember one time he brought like a picture of a anime whatever character guy, and he was like, "I want my hair like this." And the Great Clips guy was like, "I'll try." She actually did a decent job in my opinion. But if they're just cutting hair and they took away 4 inches, I think because these barbers are out here charging $40, $45, $50. That's crazy.
Yeah. The one I found was $30.
Ah.
And if he ever wants a shortcut, we are going to go there.
Okay. But we did have a Great Clips coupon, and they're 24.
It was 27 without
27.
the coupon.
So 17.
Yep. It ended up being $17 out the door.
How was it? You took him there. How did he fare? How's the haircut?
He ended up being very happy. She just cut off about 4 inches.
Yeah.
So it's still pretty long. It's
Yeah.
like at his shoulders now. And he loved the lady. He said, she did such a good job. He was really impressed with her. And it was pretty quick. And $17. I tipped $3. I just gave her a 20.
That's cool.
But he was happy. It was a success.
Good. Typical Great Clips. He'll never see her again, or he'll never get her again. But I prepared him for. I've been getting haircut for 32 years of my life on this planet Earth, and you just have to face the fact that you will hate the majority of your haircuts. You will be unhappy, but you're nice, so you smile and you say, "Yeah, I'll go home and put gel in it and try to style it as best as I can." But I've had so many bad haircuts. 99% of my haircuts have been bad. Just not what I want. Although maybe I'm the problem. But like when you find someone, like you found Hazy a decade ago.
Yeah.
I found you as my haircut lady, my Great Clips gal.
If you ever want a different hairstyle, I don't know what I'm going to do because your haircut is the only one I can do.
Well, it'll be just like how you learn my current haircut, trial and error.
Yeah, I have gotten better at your hair.
Yeah. But Len's got to just face that he's not going to like his haircuts. But that's just the price you pay for not having someone or going to Great Clips or going to Super Clips. Supercuts where there's high turnover, or you just take the first person they give you. Yes, you can wait, but I don't really want to do that. But yeah, well, I actually looked at his hair earlier that day. I was like, dang, his hair is long. So 4 inches, it's noticeable, but it's not noticeable. But his hair is still super long. Mm-hmm. And well, Lincoln Wynn has a short haircut.
Yes.
Me and Lincoln, we're short hair kings. But do you think he's going to stay with this? Do you think he's going to look back at these pictures of his teen self, like in his 20s, like, why'd you guys let me have that hair?
Probably. Yeah. And I'll say, that's what you wanted. I tried. I don't know how much longer he's going to rock the long hair. I actually like it.
Yeah.
I think he looks like a cool rocker or like a surfer dude.
Yeah.
I think he pulls it off. But I am glad he got it cut because it was getting very long.
Yeah. He does pull it off. It helps that he's quite handsome. But in the beginning, I was like, no. Because I only know the short haircut.
You wanted him to keep like the military buzz cut.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, that's my haircut is the Asian high school boy haircut of the of the late 80s to early 90s, which you've perfected, honey. I think you should open up your own barbershop. You do one style and you do it great and you do it quickly. But so when he first started growing it, I was like, what are you doing? Like, well, and just women in general, y'all women with your long hair. I just think it's such a chore. Like, well, I see you, honey. You're washing it. You got to go to Hazy to do it. It becomes this whole thing. Just you got to put it up in a bun. You got to put it in a clip, and it's just a whole bunch of aggravation, in my opinion. So
It is. My long hair is the bane of my existence. But
yeah,
I've tried having really short hair and I don't like it on myself.
yeah,
I might just shave my head one day. I've been saying that my whole life.
yeah.
But I would love to just be able to have your haircut, honey.
You did shave one side or cut one side really, really short.
No, I had like a super short bob at
Ah.
one point, but it was never my scalp exposed at all.
Oh, right. That was your Ellie Goulding phase.
Yeah.
Yeah. I when he first started growing in, I was like, Lynn, don't you want your life to be simple? But he looks great, and I've given up control as much as I can. But me and Lincoln win. We maintain our short hairness, and then as a thank you, for letting us cut his hair and get him a haircut. Panda Express, they actually mailed us a couple coupons. One was buy one bowl, get one free, an over $9 value. Okay. So right after Great Clips, you took them. I ordered the Panda from my cellular telephone. Buy one, get one free, orange chicken and fried rice. And then you guys went to go pick it up. Right, Great Clips and Panda right next, or we're very, very close to each other. And then y'all came home, and he was a happy camper. But then he went to Lincoln Wins, and I thought this was so like kind of him. He took some of his Panda over to Lincoln's house to share it.
Yeah.
I was like, oh,
What a good friend.
that's so sweet.
Yeah, that was nice of him.
If it was me, I would have eaten both ASAP by myself in my room in the dark. But we actually drove him over to Lincoln's, and he brought the Panda over. And yeah, I was like, he's a good kid. Good kid. I maintain he should do a army buzz cut like me and Lincoln win and Ben win, but I will say that he does look good in his hair. So Scooter Saturday, honey, it happened upon us. If you're just tuning in, this has been just a long time. It's been actually a year and a half. Lennox, a year and a half ago, Lennox bought a GoTrack scooter. He paid half. We paid half, or you paid half. It broke, and then they sent one. I went back and forth with customer service. It was relatively easy too. And they were like, okay, we'll send you a new one. I was like, all right. So they sent a new one, and then that one broke. But this time they dug in, and there were just pains in the butt, and I would email them constantly and call all the time, and they would put me on hold incessantly and hang up on me or just not answer the phone or, returns, yeah, that's Joe's department, and Joe's on vacation. I'm like, okay, what? You guys sell electric scooters worldwide, and Joe's on vacation, so there's no one filling in for Joe. So this is the third scooter since 2023. This current saga has been going on since August, so 8 months. FedEx truck was here when we got home from grocery shopping, and I was like, oh, the scooter's probably on that truck. But he was just sitting there, and I guess sometimes they take a break or whatever, and that's fine, or they just hang out. Maybe they're on their 15-minute break. just take a breather. But it turns out that there wasn't a unit number. So we live in a condo. There wasn't a unit number on the scooter. So he didn't know which condominium to deliver it to. So thankfully I saw him. First of all, that thing is heavy. And he threw it up on his shoulder. Real man. And he was just walking around with it. I was like, I think that's us. That's ours. And he said, you guys a unit? Enter number here. And I said, yeah, we're that unit. So he delivered it. But this one was just a pain in the butt. Like they wanted pictures and then they wanted video. You took a video.
I took a video of you riding the broken scooter, trying to ride the broken scooter in front of our house. And you sent them a video. We took multiple pictures. They requested photos. And so you've emailed them all this crap.
Yeah.
So many emails back and forth with this company.
It was like pulling teeth. Getting a box for it to ship it was a pain in the butt because it's very long and very heavy. Thankfully, I bought a 4-pack of HVAC filters from Walmart, and it came in a large box. I was like, oh, this is perfect. But that was after months and months of just not having a box. Styrofoam, you got to pack it in there. I don't have any styrofoam. I don't want to buy $40 worth of styrofoam from Office Depot or whatever. So I just, a bunch of like old Walmart plastic bags, grocery outlet plastic bags. I just stuffed it in there. I just grabbed some paper, balled it up, anything so it would stay somewhat steady in there. I sent them a letter. Detailing all this. And I got their mailing address. And I was like, please, please, please give me a new scooter. In the end, it came down to they wanted $50 for a shipping label because it is heavy to ship. And I was just back and forth. I was like, I can't afford it. Yeah, I can't afford it. But I was like, I didn't want to pay it. Please just send me the shipping label. It just went on and on and on. And finally, I was like, all right, I'm tired of dealing with this. So I paid $50 for a shipping label. But I got a $400, or Lennox got a $400 brand new scooter for $50, which I think is not a bad deal. I didn't need any instructions because this is the third freaking GoTrax I've put together. It's super easy. You just hook up the brake and hook up the handlebars. It just takes a couple minutes. You tested it, honey, downstairs. We wanted to make sure it worked so Lennox wouldn't come home and try it out and be crestfallen. How'd it ride?
It rode perfectly. That thing is scary.
It is.
It goes so fast.
It goes really fast. But, well, Len hurt his arm.
He broke his wrist.
Yeah.
That was when he first got the very first scooter.
Yeah.
Hasn't been injured since then, so I think he's a little bit more careful on it.
Good. But yeah, GoTrax is here. He was riding it last night. I'm happy. He didn't seem too jazzed when we first got it, but that's Lennox. Angsty. He doesn't wear his heart on his sleeve, but he's happy. He's happy, right?
Oh, he's happy.
Good. I see here in my notes, honey, I've been snoring, keeping you awake as we try to sleep, as we try to slumber. Can you tell us more what's going on?
You've always been a snorer, but it's gotten worse in the last few months, and it's waking me up. And I don't know what to do because I just finished reading that book about how important sleep is.
Yeah. So
not only does your snoring wake me up, but then I'm filled with anxiety thinking about my health if I don't get my enough hours of sleep. So I don't know what to do with you.
What do you do about a partner that snores? Let us know down in the comments section. Now, you snore, but I love it. I enjoy it. I record you snoring. I play it for you in the morning. You think I'm weird. You think you sound weird.
I do. I sound like I'm an undersea creature.
It doesn't bother me. But the other night, you kept elbowing me in my back. And I was like 40% awake, 60% asleep. And I could feel you elbowing me. And I was like, why is she elbowing me? But it wasn't enough to wake me up. But in my head, I'm like, I'm not snoring. I
actually have a new way that I've been dealing with your snoring because you asked me to stop hitting you.
Yeah.
So, but what I do
When's that
now,
gonna start, honey?
I just reach over and I put my hand on your back.
Okay.
And I apply pressure.
Okay.
or your shoulder. So
Okay.
it's more of a loving touch. And that seems to stop you. But the other night I was kind of like, well, it's not hitting, more of like a patting.
You were like Dennis Rodman under the boards going for the rebound.
I was roughly patting you the other day because I was so tired and you were being so loud.
I'm sorry. I don't know what to do. Separate bedrooms,
Yeah,
honey?
if we had a spare bedroom, I'd be sleeping in it.
2 twin beds like Lucy and Ricardo?
Do they have a sound wall we could put between us?
Yes. Well, he would sing Babalu in the middle of the night. I feel bad. Can you go to bed earlier? Would that help?
That would probably help. I'd at least get some more hours of sleep that way.
You do stay up late.
I stay up way too late.
Yeah. Doing what?
Browsing the internet, reading, doing deep dives on Reddit.
Yeah.
Going down rabbit holes of random topics.
Yeah. Well, I'm all for that, but sometimes it's time to go to bed. But on the other hand, I wake up early. I go to bed early. So, yeah. I don't know. I don't know what to do, honey. Do I snore when I'm on my stomach, or is it just my back?
Mostly your back.
Okay. Because, like, I sleep on my stomach, but sometimes I just need a break, or I'm just like, I'll stay on my back a little. I'll try to cut out the back action. So I bought a shirt from Amazon, and I didn't know whether if I was a L or XL, so I bought 2. I'm an XL for right now, but just wait until my summer body kicks in. And so returned the L, and then the XL I washed, I laundered it. But then I just didn't want it anymore. I was like, I'm not really feeling this shirt. So worn, laundered, but fresh and clean. I returned it to Jeff Bezos. Is this morally wrong, honey? Am I part of the problem?
Yes. You're contributing to global waste.
Fast fashion?
Yes.
I feel bad. No, I don't feel bad. Well, there's people worse than me.
There's always someone worse than you.
It's not like I wore some chonies and then returned them.
What does Amazon or what do these companies do with returned clothes? Do you think they ever get resold, or do they just get thrown out?
They throw them on a pallet with a whole bunch of returns. There's all these YouTube videos like I bought a pallet of returns from Amazon, and people go through them and find all sorts of wacky stuff. That store Five Below, they're big on the returns. They just throw out a bunch of pallets and boxes, and people treasure hunt through them and find some good stuff. But most of it's crap.
Is that Five Below store owned by Amazon?
No.
Oh.
Yeah.
But are you saying they buy used or discounted products like
returns,
that?
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah.
Interesting.
So I don't know. Well, I feel I don't care, okay? We're putting it bluntly. And 99% of my returns are in good faith. Product didn't work, or we just didn't need it anymore, or whatever. But it's fine. I think Amazon will be fine.
And oop.
Recently, when we had the whole toilet seat fiasco, I bought some parts for the toilet seat that weren't specific to our toilet seat, so I couldn't use them. So I had to return them. But they did touch our toilet area, and they did touch our waste remnants, if you will. But I'm sure it's fine. They clean them. They clean them, right? Well, I'm sure people do worse. That's what. If you compare yourself to the worst people on the planet, you're doing pretty good.
Of course, yeah.
You're not doing so bad. So just keep comparing yourself to terrible people. You'll feel better about yourself. Your plants, honey, on the balcony, there's 3 of them. How are they doing? We've gotten some rain recently. How are they faring?
They don't look so good. They're wilting and they're like falling over and they're dying. But it's been raining lately off and on. So I haven't been watering them because I don't want them to get too much water, but I think I've been dehydrating them. I killed a succulent.
Yeah.
Which I think is difficult to do, but I did it. Today I went out and watered them. And
Murderer! Murderer! Yeah.
I don't know if it's just in my head, but every time after I water them, they look a little more sprightly, a little more, they're like buoyed up.
Mm-hmm.
They're lifted.
Mm-hmm.
So I think they're going to be okay. I don't think it's the end of the road for them.
The one in the middle looks good. The two on each end don't look not so good. But maybe that's the way they grow. Are they supposed to grow up, or they just grow wherever gravity takes them?
I have no idea. I know nothing about planting and gardening.
Gotcha.
But they look okay.
Yeah.
We're gonna keep trying.
They do bring the birds.
Yes, the birds love them. And I love them. It just brightens the whole patio and our view through the window.
Yeah. I like them. I bought a ladder. So when we first moved here, the previous owner, Judy Zone, left a 6-foot rickety wooden ladder in that garage, which I've used when I need it, mainly to change out the kitchen light, wipe down the ceiling fan blades, and also the garage door openers when I need to reprogram the remotes, or as my mom pronounces it, the remove. But that thing, when I would need to use it, it's scary.
I know, I hate when you use it without me. I like to hold it and spot you.
Yeah.
Don't try to do that alone. It's very dangerous.
I don't even think you spotting me, well, morally, and I like the support, but I don't think it would actually help me safety wise. I don't know why. I don't know why she used that ladder or had it for people to use, and I don't know why we kept it, but it's just it's been there, and it's not like I'm climbing up to the top step, but it's been a horror movie of sorts. But I bought a ladder. I was on slickdeals.net and I bought a 4-foot ladder for $60 because I don't need 6 feet. And they actually had this is from Home Depot. They have a 5-foot ladder also. But I was like, I don't need another foot. And I got to the top of the 4-foot and I was like, I wouldn't even straighten my legs. My shins were up against the ladder. I wouldn't stand up straight because I was scared, crapless. So another foot, a 5-foot ladder, ain't gonna do me any good. But it's fun. It's like yellow and orange, and it's perfect for what I need for. And I did dust the fan blades today, and the baseboards, which the ladder is not needed for, are also on my agenda. But I'll get to those eventually. I did a living room. I did the family room baseboards, but anything else is no one looks. No one cares. I don't care. But they do bother me still.
I care about the bathrooms because, like, when you're sitting on the toilet and you're just looking around.
Oh, yeah.
That's when I notice, wow, the baseboards in the bathroom really could use a wipe down.
Yeah. Okay. Well, we got some Mr. Clean magic erasers, honey, and some Clorox wipes. You can clean to your heart content. Actually, you know what? That gives me purpose. That gives me focus. That gives me direction. I'm going to do it. And then right after that, I'll hop in the shower. But if I do clean the baseboards, can I put the toilet seat in the washer?
Take the toilet seat in the shower with you.
Oh.
And wash it with some shampoo.
Sounds fun. Frankie Blue Nicholas, our terrified weirdo of a cat, ripped apart a window screen again. So if you're just tuning in, this used to be a frequent habit of his, and freaking every weekend I was making 1 to 2 new window screens. I became a window screen maven, manufacturing maven, but he's been good about it for a few months. But last night, it was a bug, it was a bird, it was a cat, who knows, but he made a couple small, like 1-inch holes on our window screen, and so I need to make a new window screen for that window, but he's so annoying. Why does he do that?
He's such a jerk. Like, does he know he's not gonna get the bird? He's not gonna get the little whatever's catching his attention.
Yeah.
He doesn't realize that he has no hope of, like, getting it.
And what about me? I don't like making window screens. There's a lot of bending over and crawling on my hands and knees on the gosh dang cement in that garage. But I'm happy that he's simmered down on it, and I'm not doing a couple window screens every weekend. But this will be my first time in a while. But well, it's summer now, so we just got to keep an eye on him.
Yeah. You know, it's time again to get his nails filed down.
Oh yeah.
We got to call that lady with her Dremel to
Dremel.
come to our house.
Yeah, we will. Some stuff we're watching or we've watched. A Complete Unknown. This is the Bob Dylan biopic starring Timothy Chalamet, or as Adam Sandler pronounces it, Chalamet. What'd you think of A Complete Unknown, honey?
I ended up liking it a lot. I didn't want to watch this.
Yeah.
You've been wanting to for a long time,
Yeah.
since the Oscars or before then.
Yeah.
I don't really like biopics. I had no interest in this. I don't know anything about Bob Dylan. I'm not a fan. But we finally sat down and watched it, and I was into it.
Yeah.
I really liked the music. I like the setting. I like New York City in the 60s.
That was cool.
I thought the acting was good. I don't know that I'm a Bob Dylan fan now.
Yeah.
But I really did enjoy the music that was in the movie.
Yeah. In my opinion, the movie sucked. Chalamet sucked. We learned nothing about Bob Dylan. And I realize that's part of his public persona. He doesn't want you to know about his childhood and his personal life, so the music can stand on his own. But I need something to grab a hold on to when it comes to a biopic and caring about someone. But we learned nothing. It was just super shallow, the movie. Nothing was fleshed out. Like, he's dating Elle Fanning. No, he meets Elle Fanning, who plays Sylvie, his first girlfriend. He meets her, and then the next thing you know, they're living together. And I was like, okay, where's the buildup of the relationship? All of a sudden, he's recording his first album, and I'm like, okay, that could have been a big moment in the movie, him signing the contract. It's always big. It was big in That Thing You Do, honey. You ever hear of that movie? He just starts recording his first album, and you're like,
Yeah.
and it was covers, and it wasn't important. But if it wasn't important, then why is it part of the movie?
That's the thing about biopics, is they try to cover so much, such a long time period.
Yeah.
So you do, like, they just like go from like event to event to event.
Yeah.
I think a biopic would work better if it was like focused on like a 2 to 3 day period in a famous person's life, maybe.
Yeah.
Because you're right, like all of a sudden he's meeting Woody Guthrie,
Right.
and the other guy, and then
Seeger.
all of a sudden he's famous. All of a sudden he's recording, and
Yeah.
it doesn't. You don't know how this stuff really happened, or how he gets from one point to the next.
And you don't know how he feels. You don't know where this music comes from. You don't know why he is him. I don't know. And the central conflict, the climax, what this movie is about is Bob Dylan versus the Newport Folk Music Festival. Will Bob Dylan go electric? Will he plug in his electric guitar and play rock and roll at the Newport Folk Music Festival?
The folk music purists versus Bob Dylan.
It's not exactly Ali versus Frazier, and I was like, this is what the movie is about. The Newport Folk Music organizers are saying, you better not play your rock and roll music, and him plugging in and playing his. I was like, this is so dumb. And okay, like a Rolling Stone, it's over. It's a 6 minute and 9 second long song. I think it's a great song. It's a fantastic song. So he eventually plays it at the Newport Folk Music Festival, and they give him one verse and the chorus, and then that's it. And I was like, this should be the centerpiece of your movie. Give him 6 minutes and 9 seconds. You got a couple thousand people in the crowd there. Lots of sweeping shots and drone shots. It could have been a beautiful performance film piece, but they give him, it's one verse, it's a chorus, and then he leaves, and you're like, okay, that's what this was all about. And throughout the movie, he's playing various songs, he's singing various songs, most of which I've never heard of. But Like a Rolling Stone is one of the best songs of all time. Rolling Stone, the magazine, would agree. And you're just giving it nothing. You're not giving it its due, its justice. Whatever. James Mangold directed it. He's a talented dude. He did Logan, Walk the Line, Ford v Ferrari, Copland, Indiana Jones and the Dial of Destiny. Okay, he had a miss there. But I don't know. I didn't like it. I didn't like it. Me no likey. I don't get Chalamet. I really don't. He was decent in Dune. I get maybe it's the material. A complete unknown just rang hollow to me, and I did not like it. The Studio, honey, the Seth Rogen TV show on Apple TV Plus, episode 3. What did you think about this?
We just watched episode 3, and I cannot remember what happened. Oh, now I remember what happened.
Ron Howard, yo.
Yes, Ron Howard. I thought it was good.
Yeah.
I'm still really liking it. It's funny. It's fast paced. It's like, it's kind of tense, but it's not. It's like a fun high tension situation. Yeah. I like it.
Yeah.
What do you think?
Episode 1 was excellent. Episode 2, not good. But I thought episode 3 was more towards episode 1. Nothing will ever hit the highs of episode 1, but it was good. Ron Howard has a nice size role. Anthony Mackie's in there. And just like Marty Scorsese in Ep 1, Ron Howard plays an exaggerated version of himself, but he's really good. And I mean, he was in Happy Days. He knows actors. He knows how to act. But I thought it was very, very good. What do you think about the camera work in this show? It's very frantic, shaky cam, if you will. The dialogue goes back and forth.
Yeah.
And the camera just pans quickly back and forth between characters in a heated conversations. What do you think about that?
I like it. I think it adds to it. It fits with like the vibe of the show and what's happening.
Yeah, it goes perfectly. But I'm really enjoying the show. It could be more stinging, I think, on Hollywood, but episode 3 is about him having to give a note to Ron Howard about Ron Howard's new movie, and I think it's done very, very well. Paul American, so this is the HBO Max reality show about Logan Paul and Jake Paul. I don't know why I wanted to watch this. Why not? But this chronicles Jake Paul and his boxing career, and then Logan Paul is getting into worldwide wrestling or whatever it is, WWE, WWF, who knows, who cares. We watched the first episode. What'd you think, honey?
Oh my gosh. I was trying my hardest not to even pay attention.
Yeah.
But I kept looking at the TV screen. I don't like these guys. I'm not a fan. I think they represent everything that's wrong with America.
Yeah.
Their parents are in it, and they're very annoying.
Yeah.
Very rude, and
the dad especially.
Everything about the family and these guys rubs me the wrong way.
What about this compared to the Baldwin show, the Kardashian show, the D'Amelio show? Is it all one and the same?
I've hated all those shows.
But you watched a significant amount of Kardashians. We
watched we stuck with the Kardashians for a couple seasons.
Yeah. I guess maybe because they were OG, so it was something novel.
Oh, yeah.
15 years ago. Right now, they are into the sports entertainment world. I think a reality show, an honest reality show of them 5-10 years ago when they were still hustling would have been more fascinating to watch. Now they're just businessmen taking meetings and doing various deals.
That's kind of the same with the Kardashians.
Yeah.
Like the current iteration of the Kardashian reality is completely different than the original one from 10-15 years ago.
Right.
Because now they're just like business people and they're pretty successful.
Yeah.
So it's a little bit more boring, and it's not really like, it's like watching someone go to meetings and make deals, and there's nothing super interesting about that.
Yeah. And there is friction and tension between Jake and Logan. They made diss rap tracks about each other back in the day. Oh my gosh, it was so fraught with tension. But now they're just bros and they have steady, serious girlfriends. It's boring. I don't know.
Are you going to keep watching?
I doubt. If there's nothing else to watch, then I might give it another shot. But whatever. And the other thing is that they're YouTubers. They've had reality shows. Their YouTube channels have been reality shows for a decade. So what else more is there to say? But they do want some of that analog media money, the old TV, the old TV guard money. So they signed the show with HBO Max, and I don't know. It's boring. I guess I'll give it another shot. Why not? Why not? Okay, were we done, honey?
Yeah.
Okay, well, that's the end of the program. It's been fun, but not really. Let's all try a little harder next time. Like, comment, subscribe, follow, review, and rate, or don't. Do whatever you want. You're a grown-up. Make your own decisions. Do what's best for your family. Please be sure to use our promo code for Home Depot. Get yourself a nice 4 or 5 foot ladder for $60. We don't have a promo code for Home Depot. Goodbye, my parasocial podcast friends. I love you. My wife and I love you. We hope you have a good day today and tomorrow. And sure, I may have returned some apparel that I wore and laundered, but it's fine. Jeff Bezos is still going to go to space, okay? He's still going to marry Lauren Sanchez.
Oh, he's sending her to space, isn't he?
Yeah. Oh, yeah. With Gail King and
Wow.
2 other ladies. But he's still a good person, and we're still good people. Thank you for caring. Thank you for sharing. Thank you for listening. We hope you have a wonderful day / night. Oh, bye-bye.
And oop.
We got chicken.
Is that crispy, juicy tender? I can't eat no longer. And oop.